So, what's the strategic logic in this? Now, stablecoins are digital tokens pegged to traditional currencies like the dollar or the franc, designed to offer cryptocurrency speed without the notorious volatility. They represent the bridge between conventional finance and the blockchain economy, a bridge that desperately needs solid foundations. Switzerland possesses unique credentials for this role. Despite the 2023 Credit Suisse collapse that dented its reputation, the country's institutions remain synonymous with stability. Its currency still ranks amongst the world's most trusted one, and its regulator FINMA is viewed as pragmatic rather than hostile. A Swiss franc-pegged stablecoin, transparent, fully banked, and properly supervised, could stand apart from the improvised experiments that have damaged the sector elsewhere. The timing is deliberate. While Europe, United States, and Asia have already grappled with stablecoin regulation with mixed results, Switzerland has taken a measured approach. The proposal establishes clear boundaries. Domestically issued coins will require licenses with stringent reserve and disclosure requirements, while the foreign coins traded in the country will be treated as crypto assets rather than legal payment tokens. Let's talk about its market transformation potential. The framework's real significance extends beyond the stablecoins themselves. The game changer for Switzerland lies in building markets for tokenized assets and bonds. These markets require tokenized money, cash on blockchain, and that's what this framework fundamentally enables. The government is also lifting the 100 million Swiss franc cap, limiting on how much client money licensed fintechs can hold. Now, this signals clear intent. New digital money providers are meant to scale, even if that creates direct competition with the traditional banks. Let's talk about the competitive landscape now. Switzerland now faces stiffer competition from Singapore, Hong Kong, and Dubai, jurisdictions that have moved faster to put digital asset first. The deliberate pace that has allowed Switzerland to learn from other people's mistakes may have caused it momentum in a race where speed really matters. A franc-based stablecoin could appeal to users seeking alternatives to dollar dominance in crypto payments. The franc's heaven status might actually attract investors wanting digital liquidity without exposure to US monetary policy or reputational risks of offshore issuers. However, we also need to mention the central paradox out here. The success carries inherent irony. The more convincing the Swiss stablecoin story becomes, the more it threatens the system that it emerges from. In a world where digital francs move globally at the click of a button, the need for a Swiss bank account or even a Swiss intermediary will diminish substantially. Why maintain funds in an alpine country if you can hold the same currency from your own wallet? The risk for Swiss banks isn't that stablecoins will fail, but that they will succeed too well, rendering traditional banking infrastructure partially obsolete.